And we are live. Once again, we're a minute early, but that's how we always do this.
We do that all the time.
All the time. That way you have to go back and watch these videos, see us in reruns to actually see what we say in the very, very beginning. Because right now there's still nobody on here. So we can have all kinds of things we can say while we wait for the audience to join in. But this way also, we're never late.
Yeah, don't ever accuse us of being late. We
Don't
don't.
call me late for dinner.
No.
Still at 0. That's our record. Normally by now we at least have one person in here.
You know what?
That's because it's usually me.
Oh,
That'll make the readings go by real fast.
yes, it definitely will. Is this thing on, by the way? Is that,
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Now it is.
I just want to make sure if I have to use this, it is available. Almost a full minute and still nobody here.
That's fine.
Do 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 do. Yay, we're up to 2.
Woo!
We've been on for a whole minute and a half and we were talking to nobody but ourselves.
Hey, Garrett.
How is it going, Garrett? Actually, I can read the comments tonight. How about that?
Well,
Absolutely. We are getting people. We are people. People who need people. It's going to be one of those nights, don't you think?
it's always one of those nights.
One of these nights. Okay.
Liz, there are always spammers every month. You're way behind if you've only just noticed.
We've only just begun.
Hey, Kathy.
So Liz would like a spot. Yes, Liz, we still have some spots left. I will write you down.
Where did she say that?
Hi, guys. Are you full? There was a
Okay.
lot of spammers last reading.
Okay.
I can even see, even with my glasses and terrible eyesight, I can still see what's going on.
We are also still tired from the weekend, Garrett.
Ain't that the truth?
But it was an excellent weekend. It was.
Yes, it definitely was.
Even with the rain.
With the rain on Saturday, we still had a wonderful time.
Yeah, even with the rain,
New Hampshire Ren Fair this year was a fantastic success.
it really was.
Because for one thing, if nothing else, because I made a comment about this last time or between the 2 weeks, we didn't have the typical 45 degrees on opening day, nor did we have the 105 degrees that we had, like it seemed like every friggin' day last year.
We got you, Annie.
We actually had normal temperatures. So welcome, everybody. Welcome those who are all watching right now. Welcome to this monthly edition of Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers. Yes, I am Lord Fafnir. Yes, this is a Spawn, in case you don't already know. For people there who are tuning in for the first time or those who have already seen us before, we still will go through the litany once again. We are here to do free readings. Yes, we will do 10 readings tonight. That's what we do. That's what we have time for. Otherwise, we'd be on for like 6 hours like we did the first time.
We were only on for 4 of the first.
Okay, only 4. Okay, I'm starting to extend it. Makes a great story, though, don't you think?
You were on for so long.
So long. Anyway, so we are here to do some tarot readings if you wish. We also have some oracle cards if you wish that instead. But typically what we do are 3-card readings, tarot card readings. We have, as always, multiple decks. I have my dragon cards. Red has her dragon cards. Yes, they're the exact same deck, but they have different energies because we use them differently.
What? Gasp.
Exactly. Red also has her Swiss 11J deck that we refer to colloquially as the Dark Shadows deck, because yes, that was the deck that was used on that famous 1960s daytime soap opera. And as always, I have my sexy cards, my Tarot of Sexual Magic, for those of you who would like to have some relationship readings. These cards are, well, they're R-rated, so you might get ones with some what do you call it? Nipples and buttocks.
Yep.
Something
That's nipples and butts. That's
something
what
like
there
that.
are.
So when it is your time for a reading, we ask 3 things. So we ask that if you have a question in the comments, please give it to us. And if you don't have a question, just say you don't have a question. You want a general reading. Pick your deck that you would like to have. You would like to choose. If you don't have a choice. We'll choose it for you. Pick the reader that you would like to be your primary point person, be it either Red or myself, or if you want both of us. I mean, typically we chime in both anyway, but if you specifically want to have someone take the lead, you mentioned that. And the last thing, and probably the most important thing from my point of view, is we need a number, because we need some of your energy. When we do these things in front of people live, we give you our decks to shuffle so you can set your own energy in the deck. Can't do that over a live stream. So we ask you for a number between 1 to 78, because there are 78 cards in a tarot deck.
Yep.
Whatever that number is, we will find that spot, and that becomes the top location for your 3-card reading. Did I cover it all?
Just a PSA. We do request patience. You're in a list. It's just the 2 of us. We're going to get to you when we get to you. So if you need to go earlier, let us know. If you prefer to be later, also let us know. Brandy, I saw you were on the list. But complaining while other people's are having their readings is not going to go very well for you. And also, if you leave and miss your spot,
it goes to somebody
else. It goes to somebody else. We do not hold spots.
Julia would like a spot too,
and that'll close it out for
at least for now. So yes,
we will start the waiting room.
We have 10 spots that we do, and we did have some pre-sign-ups. Now I will let people know in advance that every time we have people who sign up in advance, sometimes they don't show up, which means that just because we say now that, hey, all our spots are filled, we always we keep a wait list for a reason, because we wind up using it every time.
At least once.
At least once, if not multiple times. So I'm going to kind of go over the list right now as what we have. We have as holdovers from last month, people who basically booked last month because they didn't have time to get a reading, Sherry L. and Velagio Strega. So they would be first on the docket because they signed up.
Neither.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously they will be the first to get pooched if they're not here. Angela Cook signed up in advance, and she actually asked to go early. So I don't know if you were already here, Angela.
I have not seen her in the comments.
We had also Kate Wilcox and Kathy Beal, who signed up early.
Congrats, Garrett.
And Pamela Dyer. Those were our initial signups, and now we've added to it Liz Curry, Annie Kudamarch, right?
Yeah.
Brandy Waterman and Julie. Those are we have.
So I know Kathy is here. Garrett, we'll put you in the waiting room. I know.
Or Julia.
Julia. We got, Garrett, we'll put you in the waiting room. I know Kathy is here from the pre-sign-ups, but I'm pretty sure right now Kathy is the only pre-sign-up person that is here.
Okay.
So we can start with Kathy.
Okay. I mean, so let me start if Angela Cook is here, because
I am watching.
Okay.
She's not here.
She is not here yet. She's not here. Very well.
Also, if you request a specific time and then don't show up for your specific time,
you don't get it.
Sorry, Angela.
Because we're not holding up the line for that.
So Kathy, if you're still here, please sound off. Professional Aquarian. She's on her YouTube account tonight, I guess.
Okay, whatever works.
We need what we were asking for. Okay. Question outlook for the next 3 months. Great. Reader, deck, number, please. Yes. 27 dragons, both of us. All right.
Okay.
Which dragons do you want to start
with? Mine are out right off the top. We will go ahead and we will use my dragons.
Excellent.
And yes, and so even though for those of you who are watching us for the first time or are not quite familiar with what's about to happen, yes, we're going to be doing some readings. If you're not familiar with us, let's just say that we try to invoke some humor. Sometimes we get rather a little sarcastic. Yes, we think we be sarcastic.
Yes.
But we do take this seriously, by the way. I mean, the idea is that we have some fun. Certainly, if you read the comments, there are plenty of people who know us who will throw their snark right back at us.
Yes.
But like I said, we do take this stuff seriously. So this isn't just, BS. So 27, right?
Yes.
Okay. Get this out of the way.
Have you got it?
Let me put this in proper position for the camera.
I'll do the flip.
And you may flip whenever.
Flip.
Okay.
Focus Focus, camera, focus.
So this is the best I've been able to get tonight.
Oh, that's annoying. Hey, sound guy.
Yes.
Anything you can do?
For
The camera not focusing. Oh yeah, that's helping.
That's as down as far as it's going to go.
I'm actually pulling it back.
Which isn't helping.
Now it's further away and it's still blurry.
Yep.
Maybe we need to replace this camera soon.
No, Michelle, it's not focusing. Anyway, start.
All right. So what was the question again? Oh, just outlook.
3 for the next 3 months.
Okay. So what we have here, and by the way, we read cards upside down if they show up as inverted cards. Obviously, these 3 are not. We have through the blur here and the glare, we have number 10, and they get further and further away. This is kind of funny as we're trying to do this.
Jesus Christ.
Give me a minute. Sorry, folks.
That's all right. So we have here the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, number 10. We have the 8 of Earth, 8 of Coins, and then we have the 2 of Cups. So, is that better focused? Can you tell?
A little bit.
Not really, but everyone seems convinced the lens is dirty, even though we don't touch the lens, people.
It's not a dirty lens.
Yeah, I've already
we
told
need-
them that. That's not stopping them from masking it repeatedly.
We need to
Oh,
find-
there we go.
Yeah, if I hold it like this, hey, now just
For
went out of
2
focus.
seconds.
What the heck is with this
Yeah.
stupid camera?
We need to find you one that you can focus and doesn't focus on its own.
Yeah. You see how it went into focus and then went right
Yes.
back out of it again.
Uh-huh. That's why I went, there it is.
And there it went. All right. Anyway, we will struggle through this because I can still see the cards and hopefully you at least can get the idea anyway. So the Wheel of Fortune, the dragon basically snaked through the actual wheel. The whole point of let random chance operate in your favor.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
No, don't
No,
actually
no,
do
no.
that.
Oh, okay. Free will. Do as you will. But
Free will is not random chance. Those aren't the same thing.
well, no, this, but let me basically, do you want to be active or you want to be passive?
Mhm.
Let random chance operate in your favor means you just basically get a chance to be passive. Oh. For the outlook is the effective is that this is reminding you that you can't remain passive. That's why the dragon has actually gotten into the wheel. So the thing is that if you really want to, if you actually want to have a chance to see your goals and fruitions come closer to fruition, closer to pass, make your dreams come true, shall we say, you actually have to take a much more active role than you actually have, which, by the way, is going to require some work, and it may make you quite uncomfortable in the process, hence the whole point of the 8 of Coins. This is a picture of a dancing dragon. Now, unfortunately, because of our screwball camera here, what you may or may not be able to see here is why the dragon's dancing, is that there's a whole bunch of scorpions here at the dragon's feet. Now, sometimes I refer to this as the two-faced card or the hiding my pain card because I'm a dancing dragon, blah, 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 but I'm dancing to avoid the scorpions and like, well, no, okay, I'll pretend like everything's so fine. No, even though inside you're going, God damn, this is rough.
You know, whenever I ask someone the point of doing that, they don't actually have an answer.
So take that for what it's worth. And then the last one here, the 2 of Cups. This is the dragon who basically has 2 cups to choose from. The idea of up here in the sky, up here on the ground. Cups is about emotion, by the way. This is more of an emotional choice because that's what it is. And I know you've heard that phrase of always reach for the highest goal, et cetera, right? Which for certain circumstances actually is quite good advice.
Always reach for the realistic goal.
Yes, but thing is not all the time. Sometimes actual simple solutions are the best. If you are thirsty, why go for the Holy Grail up here when there's a cup right there by the stream? Now, I would say to you, if there was a difference between the cups, like if this one was like 5 times the size or was full of jewels or prizes or something. But no, this cup and this cup are identical. Therefore, there's no real point for going for this one. This is the one that should be gone for. The idea is that simplify, and sometimes the easiest solutions are the best. The idea of, okay, you have to be more active. It's going to make it that you have to do some work. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that you have to basically overthink things, overprocess this, and overcomplicate it. Sometimes it's actually easy for you. Oh, I see Sherry L is here.
Yep, Sherry, you're on the list from last month. Don't you remember?
I was going to say, we have you on the list already from last month, so glad that you showed up here because you can get to go next, as a matter of fact.
If Angela doesn't show up.
If Angela Cook doesn't show up, yes. So that is what I've got for that. Would you like to add some more details there, Red?
I mean, no, that's about what I would have said as well, especially with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly. And the idea of essentially, definitely get into the game. And yeah, getting into the game is going to require that you put some significant effort to it, but then don't outsmart yourself in the process.
Mm-hmm. Smarter, not harder.
And she says that makes sense.
Yay! We like when things make sense.
Alrighty. Well, then we will put these away and we will move on to the next one. And Angela still has not shown up, correct?
No, she has not that I have seen.
All right. So Sherry L, you are up next because, like I said, we had you as a pre-signed up from last month.
And
so
Liz, we appreciate you submitting your stuff early.
Absolutely, we do. Velagio has not shown up, correct?
No.
So
not that I have.
So yeah, I'm thinking that one might be given over to Garrett, who is now first on the wait list.
Indeed. So
Sherry, it is up to you. I don't know if you missed our intro, so we are looking for you to give us a question if you have one. Oh, here we go.
What can I look for? Oh, we're doing a lot of
future thing here.
Okay.
All right. So now we need the which reader would you like to have be your primary point? Which deck would you like? And that number between 1 and 78, so we know what our starter card is going to be.
Indeed.
And I will shuffle my dragons in the meantime. And
how you doing over there,
sound
guy?
Right. That camera is in his laptop or yours?
Mine.
It's in yours?
That's mine.
Wait,
this is his. That's mine.
Okay, that camera's in that laptop. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, this camera's in this laptop here.
Why? Not why? What are you doing?
I'm going to look at something. Just you keep talking.
Well, we can't. We have to wait for.
We're waiting for Sherry to get back with who she wants, what deck, and her number.
Yeah, I'm not. The only other camera is the webcam built into the laptop.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. Just give me a minute.
Sherry, we have our dragon decks and the Swiss 1/1J deck and the red deck. The decks that you saw last time, those decks.
The relationship deck is the red deck. But since she's asking for what's coming in down for the next few months, probably the red deck is not the best deck for that.
No, but she asked which decks we have. Also number between 1 and 78. What are you okay? Are we going to be able to use that?
Yeah, it's still on.
Yeah, it's still on.
I'm trying to figure out what he's doing.
Worry about your show.
We can't do anything right now, except for sitting here waiting.
Okay, so make chit chat like you're on the radio.
We are.
I'm literally trying to make chit chat with you right now.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm looking at your computer. That's what
56.
Sound Guy does.
Yeah, Sherry, you've told us you want to know about your upcoming 2 months. We need you to pick whether you want the.
She does want the red deck.
Okay, there we go.
All right, so the number is 56. I will count this out, and then we will need the camera. So whatever you're doing, Mr. Sound Guy, you will need to
stop.
2,
Because what are you trying to do?
Does that camera make that?
It's a Logitech.
It's Logitech. They're both the same camera. Actually, they're the same design.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Randy, I'm also on Facebook on my phone, and comments are loading for me just fine. Anybody else having that issue?
What, the comments aren't loading on a certain thing of it?
I think that might be a Wi-Fi issue or something for somebody else, but because, like I said, I am also on Facebook on my phone, and everything's running fine.
Okay. Go ahead and flip the deck. All right, so a couple of inverted cards. Oh, we got our first. Got our first troll of the night.
Got it.
Tarot energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, so we have the inverted. God, I can't read this.
And you have your glasses on.
I know. It's hard reading upside down sometimes with these cards. The inverted Knave of Pentacles, which also doubles as good old Virgo. We've got the inverted Seven of Swords. And we have the pepper-facing King of Pentacles. So, pair of Earth cards. And King of Pentacles is Capricorn. So, Sherry, tell me, are you either a Capricorn or a Virgo? What was another one?
Yep.
Now we're being inundated with trolls now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Angela, how's it going? We will be getting to you after we are done with Sherry's reading.
Cancer, says Sherry.
Ah, all right. So I'm going to turn these cards around because I do want you to see the pictures here. Because we have a very interesting array here.
That camera is just having a...
What the heck is it doing now?
You flipped it around and it did that.
Wow.
So, great.
Oh.
And yeah, see, we're gonna have... It's going to be one of those days.
It's going to be one of those days. Sorry about this, but yeah, we really can't control what the camera's doing.
It looks like there's a fix for this, but I can't do it during your live stream.
What's the fix?
There's a way to remove the autofocus and do it manually, but you have to. There's a whole process. So we can't do it during live stream, so.
Well, we will just struggle through this as best we can.
We'll revisit this after.
Okay.
All right. So the picture here of the man and the woman, and by the way, this deck is purposely drawn heterosexually. But it's about male and female energy, not actual genders. So, Sherry, you could be the lady in the one card and the gentleman in the next card, and who knows in the third card. So it kind of all flip flops back and forth, and sometimes it doesn't really make a difference which person that you are.
Excuse me.
We've got here the man from behind the woman here, who's actually almost like forcing her to drink something, and this is kind of a weird scenario. That whole taken from a back thing, if people are into that aspect, not a problem. But after all, no judgment on our end here. But consent is kind of key. This card was upside down, and that one always basically kind of makes me what?
Pamela Dyer, I'm pretty sure you sent us a message. You're already on the list.
Yeah, Pamela, you are already on the list there. So,
all right. Keep going. Sorry.
So yeah, the consent is key, and I'm not sure the poor lady in this card really has all that consent here. The Seven of Swords card also upside down. You see basically that the man and the woman are, they're naked, they're in bed together, yes, but they also have their backs towards each other, and as you can see here, the face of the gentleman is rather dejected. So clearly, this is not the best scenario for young lovers, shall we say here. Disagreements going on here, definitely not seeing eye to eye. And then we have the finale card, which is talk about going from the sublime to the ridiculous, or just basically there's the exact opposite. Here we have the King of Earth, or the Capricorn card. And normally you think of Capricorn, you think of, a very kind of a stalking, my way or the highway, have to be in charge of everything. Congratulations, King of Earth signs. And yet this king is actually playing he's playing a game with the girl, a little peekaboo. Peekaboo, I see you. If I get you, I'm gonna get you.
It's intimacy without intimacy.
Exactly. It's basically it's play, which is very, very healthy. So you go from essentially kind of the weird scenario and that this is not going to work out to the idea of, oh, yeah. So what it comes down to, since you've asked what's coming down the path for you this year, well, basically it comes down to, I look at it as two separate relationships. The first one where you think it's going to start out all nice and it basically goes kind of wonky because it never was right in the first place. That particular person has a little bit of a control issue to the point where ultimately, maybe together for a little while, maybe you have some laughs and some fun, but it falls apart because it doesn't meet your needs. It doesn't meet especially your emotional needs. Maybe the physical part's fine, but when you get right down to it, that's all it really winds up being. This one is intimacy without actual physical intimacy. This, like I said, this is a little game being played. This is somebody else, somebody who you actually wouldn't expect, someone that you might initially think of, hey, this person may be a bit of a jackass. But turns out that no, in fact, they are a king who actually knows how to actually use their powers use your powers for good, Obi-Wan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as a progression, it's nice.
It's a very nice progression. It sure as heck beats the alternative.
Yes.
So that's what we got for you, Sherry. Do you have any questions on that?
Let me flip.
That was kind of weird when you get a chance to see those screwy cards.
Yeah, but I do like the cards that are the intimacy without intimacy because many people forget that part of the relationship. I actually used the red deck a couple of times at the New Hampshire Fair this year, and I did have some people be like, "Well, intimacy is just sex," and I was like, "No,
oh no."
So, Angela, it is your turn if Sherry does not have any further questions. So, for your knowledge and also for Pam's knowledge, because I'm pretty sure Pam also just showed up. So pick which reader you would like. Let us know if you have a question, and whichever deck you would like, and a number between 1 and 78.
And our decks again, dragon cards. Cards.
Yep.
Sex cards, we just saw them, and the Swiss 11J deck.
Yes.
Which is more about colors and symmetry.
It is. I really like it. Oh my gosh, this time delay.
Do. Here you go. Dragon, yes. Okay, so we used my dragons last time, so we'll use your dragons this time.
Use my dragons.
And
we take my dragons out of the dragon scale pouch. Woo!
74. Oh, I'll make this. I'll count from the back.
Oh, you're going to make it easy on yourself.
Yes, I'm going to make it easy on myself.
Now, don't mix up our cards again.
96, 75, 74. So do you have a question, Angela? And then which one of us do you want to be your point person?
Point, counterpoint, counterpoint, point, counterpoint, point, counterpoint, counterpoint.
Oh my God, you remember that?
Counterpoint, counterpoint. And then weren't you the counterpoint,
counterpoint. Old choir song from way back.
Yes, I remember that. Because you guys did that many times.
Hello, Altair 30. We are doing well, and you?
Oh my gosh. What with the trolls?
That's the third one in, 20 minutes?
Goodbye, Tishana.
All right, Angela, need a question.
How will my decision end up working out? Well, let's find out.
All righty.
Shall I flip it over?
Flip it over.
Oh, we'll both read you then if you're leaving it up to us.
Yes, indeed.
Quick
question, Angela. Gemini, makes sense or not? Other than the fact of that Gemini, we are in the month of Gemini right now. So since she's referring to a decision, the decision has been made in the month of Gemini. Unless you also happen to be in Gemini. I'll say, Angela, I have forgotten your birthday month.
By the way, astrologically, last weekend was so bizarre. So we were just finishing up Taurus, right?
Okay.
I had 9 of them in one day.
Altair,
We are putting you in the waiting room, Altair.
you are in the
Angela's
waiting
a
room.
Capricorn.
So yes, Altair, you may actually get a reading tonight because we already have one person in our regular signed up list who apparently has flown the coop. So
we'll find out. But anyway, so Angela's a Capricorn.
yes. Okay. So we have number 20, Judgment. The Page of Swords and the Four of Swords all facing us, which means no inverted cards, which means a lot easier to interpret than we normally would otherwise.
And in terms of will your decision end up working out, so I'm just going to be obnoxious before the cards have a chance to, yes, it will. All decisions end up working out. Now, that's not the question you actually have, is it? I'm going to guess, will it work out positively?
I like that snark, by the way.
Like I said, I'll be obnoxious before the cards get a chance. Because you know how a lot of the time the cards will go, you're asking the wrong question.
Yes, this is absolutely true. So you want to dive into it? Or you want me to dive into it?
Well, I'm wondering if the progression I'm seeing is the same progression you're seeing.
Well, I mean, the idea of judgment, well, in this case, it really is it's the end.
This is the end.
It's the case dismissed. It's the dragon, multi-headed dragon with the hammer and the anvil. It literally is like the end of one of those courtroom drama shows when the judge yells, case dismissed, and everyone gets to go home.
Uh-huh.
You win, yay! You lost, crap. But it's over, which means you can move on.
So there is a strange sense of relief.
There is a strange sense of relief, and of course, the whole point of the dragon his tail is destroying the hill where he came from. That reminded that no, in fact, you can't reverse this course. You are stuck, and you can say, okay, you're happy, you're sad. The end of the fighting for the house. I'm a little familiar with that scenario. So obviously, there's a lot of mixed emotions from this aspect. However, the Page of Swords here is the card, which is why I really want to focus on whether you were a Gemini or not. Because again, this is Gemini, which we are in the month of right now. This decision that you have made is in this month. And I want you to look at that picture real close. You are free! The free dragon flying through the trees, flying so fast, he's actually ripping the leaves off, causing a little collateral damage, yes. But dragons love to fly.
Mm-hmm.
And this dragon has just had a severe weight removed. And that's a good thing. Now, maybe you didn't like to have the way it was removed, but, this is something where a lot of the burdens that you have been experiencing are going to be lifted from you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
The Four of Swords, the 4, by the way, number-wise, refers to ending of a phase, ending of this phase. Boy, haven't you really been tired of doing all of that juggling, all of that multitasking?
Now you can stop.
Because that's what this poor dragon has been doing. You see,
Yes.
It's 4 swords. He's got 3 swords in his talon here, no problem. And the 4th sword is balanced on his nose like a seal with a beach ball.
Mm-hmm.
We all multitask, but that is not sustainable long term.
No.
So this nonsense for you is coming to an end. Your decision is not an easy one. Your decision also is the correct one, because the idea is that it's going to basically get you away from having to deal with an awful lot of additional responsibilities that would just compound and compound and compound.
Yes.
And that's the thing, which is that, you what was the phrase that my dad used to use? He loved sailing. There was an old definition of boat, and that is a hole in the water into which you throw money.
I mean, yeah. Yep. Accurate.
Now, unfortunately, your house had become the same thing. You would be putting to try to fix it up to where it would be, quote, livable according to your inspector. You would have paid
That's
so
more
much
money than you have.
Money, more than you have, probably more than the house is worth, by the way. I saw the list of things that needed to get done, and some of them would be rather expensive, if not cost prohibitive, to actually get done correctly by a professional. Thank you, COVID, for increasing the prices and everything. But the thing is that there'd be more, because that place was old and the maintenance would continue. And so it would continue to basically sap your finances for a long time.
This isn't a hole you can dig yourself out
No.
of if you decided to jump into that hole.
Exactly. So, well, it really sucks to have to basically, fish or cut bait, but essentially you have to cut bait. That's the only way this is going to work. Now, obviously you've already made the decision to do that. But the thing is, the progression of the cards basically saying is that it sucks now, but later on, you're going to look back at this and kind of go, bless you.
Sorry.
You're going to look back at that and kind of go, that was horrible, but it was the right decision, because it's going to allow you freedom to actually do other pursuits, other aspects that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do before.
Michelle is correct. Money pits are soul sucking.
It reminds me of did you ever see the movie The Money Pit?
No.
Another 80s film.
I've apparently missed out on a lot of 80s films.
Tom Hanks, when he was still doing nothing but comedy films, this is before he went all dramatic, and Shelley Long from Cheers.
Okay.
They basically bought this mansion, and the thing literally fell apart in the movie. It was, they bought it because basically it was a con job, and it was
held together with spit and shoe polish.
Oh yeah, but it was funny as heck to watch. But yeah, unfortunately, that place was becoming a money pit for you, Angela. And that's what I've got. You want to add anything else to that, Red? Because I did.
No, you were seeing about the same progression I was seeing, because it was one of those where like this could be good if you don't throw yourself into a bottomless hole. Yeah, come to New Hampshire. We'd love to be closer.
I don't know what she's waiting for.
See, sound guy.
Yeah, so we got sound guy to leave Connecticut and come to New Hampshire.
Yeah, come on, join the crowd.
And by the way, then you'll be a lot closer to the fairs that you love going to so much. Maine,
That's true.
New Hampshire, etc.
That's true.
Because after all, here we are in Derry, New Hampshire. We're barely an hour from Maine, the fairgrounds from Maine.
And if you like board games, you can come have board game nights with us, because we're those people.
Okay, so up next is Kate. Is Kate here, though?
I haven't seen Kate at all. So what I was actually thinking was...
Pamela would be the next one, then.
Yeah, Pamela, are you still here, Pam Dyer? If you are still here, sound off in the comments.
Pam and then Liz. And I know Liz is here because she already gave her stuff here.
Yep. Liz was
You are welcome,
thinking.
Angela.
And then Annie and Brandy and Julia.
Brandy, you're a fun girl. What a good wife you would be.
Hey, Brandy, how often do you get that song at you?
I read her before. She actually likes hearing that song.
Well, I'm just curious, like, how often? I'm just like, because I'm like, do people ever come up with a different one?
Actually, the only one I could think of, and this is a Trivial Pursuit quiz. Remember Barry Manilow's first big popular hit, Mandy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was originally written, it was supposed to be Brandy.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
they changed it because they didn't want to confuse it with the Looking Glasses version of Brandy. So you would say, oh, Brandy, well, you came and you gave without taking. But it doesn't sound right. I mean, I suppose it would have fit, but yeah, that was supposed to have been called Brandy.
I am not seeing Pam in the comments right
now.
Pam,
well, she was here.
Yes, I know she was, but I have not seen her sound offs since I have asked for a sound off.
Liz, are you still around? Because you'd be up next.
I'll scroll up. What?
Read your text.
Yeah, I'm trying to read 3 different things at the same time.
You scroll back to looking for Liz's stuff. I'm
scrolling.
I'm keeping track of whatever's coming in new. And so far, Brandy is she's been the only one commenting of late.
Oh, there we go. Scrolled right past it.
Unless we're having issues with scrolling again.
No, I just scrolled right past it.
So Liz is here. Yay.
Well, yep. And 3-month outlooks. So we're doing more outlooks. 7 number and
What was the deck?
Liz, pick a deck. Dragon, Dark Shadows, or Red Sex deck. And then you are the point person. Oh, and Liz is also a Libra. Well, isn't that nice? The two
Us
of you have
Libras need to
something
hang
in
together.
common.
So number
This
7.
one's mine.
Yes, that's right. This one's yours. I made sure I put your cards back on your deck.
So for those of y'all that don't know, what was it, the last time or the time before?
No, it was the last time.
We got our dragon decks mixed up, and getting that sorted was fun.
Yes, because I was actually doing a private party and I pulled my dragon deck out.
And he had 2 of the same.
I literally pulled a 3-card ring, and there were 2 aces of swords.
Oops.
And I went, time out.
Oops.
And so somehow 3 of your cards got into my deck. You got your chocolate into my peanut butter.
You got your peanut butter in my chocolate.
All right, so number 7. What was the question again? It was
We're doing a 3-month.
3-month outlook.
Yep.
Let's see if we can do this without having the camera go all effed up again.
Well, aren't you just asking for a
Yeah.
lot?
I kind of was, actually. I did shuffle this deck. This is very interesting.
You're interesting.
Oh, you too, sound guy. You and your crop circles and your flaming jello shots and...
Lord have mercy, that was a night.
Oh, what a night.
All right, shall we flippy dip?
Yeah. Because
look, the Wheel of Fortune again.
No, we got 2 of the same cards we got from a previous reading.
Look at that.
So
in
we've
different
got
positions.
different positions, absolutely. So we have the 2 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. I love saying it that way.
I know you
And
do.
then the inverted Queen of Cups, which, by the way, is Scorpio. And I know that you are a Libra because you already told me that. But I turn this around so you may see le picture. So 3-month outlook. And what did we say before about the 2 of Cups? Make a damn decision. Now,
Work smarter, not harder.
right. See, now in this case, unlike the last time we did this, it wound up being the last card. Now it's the first card. So, because essentially you really, really, really need to take a lesson on this. And the fact of is that Libra, hello, you think too goddamn much. So do I, by the way. So that's one thing we have in common.
Isn't that the truth? I'm the one that's always pushing you into actually doing things.
No, I wouldn't say that.
In the beginning.
In the beginning, God created the heavens.
In the beginning, you had a Leo daughter who doesn't think rationally before making decisions, and so
Oh, you're going way back.
you've learned a little bit of what I do.
Yes, this is certainly true. Anyway, so the whole point of making decisions with your brain all the time does not work. I know. I have effed
You
up so
try.
many times. Oh, I've done it. And sometimes it's like banging my head against the wall. And I'm going, it's like the definition of insanity. Do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. No. See, the thing is, I happen to be a Scorpio moon, which is why when I see the Scorpio card, I'm like going, oh, my, there's a little bit of me showing up in this thing, isn't there? So we have the 2 of Cups. It is really for you. It is time to make the decision actually based more on emotion. And you do need to let some stuff go. You do not have to go for the top thing all the time.
Even though society wants to convince you of that.
Oh, yes.
It's not true.
Exactly. Which leads to the Wheel of Fortune. And even though it's the same card, it's the same picture, it's the same this, it's the same that, for you, it has a little bit of a different connotation this time. So this is basically saying, let's actually play the Wheel of Fortune like it is the game show, as in it's a game. Have some fun with this. Get in the wheel, ride around with it like this dragon's doing here. He's having a blast, by the way. And the idea of it's You don't have to be so flippin' Libra. You don't have to be so focused on the end result all the time. Sometimes the actual fun is the journey, not the destination. That was a painful lesson I learned, by the way.
Always the fun part.
What was that?
Journey is always the fun part.
You've been on some of my journeys.
They're a good band, though.
Don't stop believing.
Oh, God.
You want to get me going on something like that?
I thought that's where you were headed.
No, actually, I wasn't going there at all, I'll tell you the truth.
Oh, see, I thought I was just climbing on to your train of thought.
No, actually, but thank you for that. You put me in a different train of thought here. So, but really, this really kind of says is to have some fun with this. Moving in your next few months, we are headed into the summer. So the idea is that take a nice vacation. Go someplace you've never been before. Or if that's not practical, just kind of like just have a different perspective on the day-to-day routine, the mundane. Stop and smell the roses. Any other stupid little metaphors I should throw out there, which are old and tired, but actually still are correct? Because it does lead to the Queen of Cups, the Scorpio card, that emotional aspect of things.
If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
That's the Libra's mantra. Thank you very much.
And I'm gonna say it in just that whiny way.
Up yours.
I'm not wrong. And
I didn't say you were, but stop calling me out.
no,
As the air sign that you are, your two cups, your two suits with the let's try again. The two cards, which are a suit, are both water cards, which are both emotion cards. The Wheel of Fortune actually does not refer to a specific element, but water is about emotion. You need to feel it. You have to feel it.
Mr. Frodo.
Good for you. Good one there.
Thank you. Funny.
So similar to the dragon here, going for the lower chalice because he's thirsty. Same thing here, how this queen leaves her crown and her jeweled goblet up here and just basically sticks her face in the stream because, again, she's thirsty. The idea of, okay, you can do some of the things by yourself, and that's all right. Sticking your head down there, rather than going, I am queen, fetch me my goblet, you minion, for my thirst must be slaked. And sometimes go, forget it, I'll just do it myself. But that's okay. But the thing is, again, that's not a logical decision, it's an emotional one. The idea is that you need to take an emotional trip. And if part of it is by yourself, that's okay. Us Libras, we love to be alone. But that doesn't mean that we can't actually be on our own and actually still take and appreciate emotional aspects of life in general. You need to have some of that. Summer's coming. Make it a good one. Have some fun. Expand your horizons. Stop overthinking. You want to add to that, kid?
No, I think you got that covered.
Yeah,
Libra to Libra.
And of course, as I said, I'm kind of going, yeah, but it's hard.
Libra to Libra.
Oh yeah, I saw a great Facebook thing about two air signs arguing over the same thing.
Oh God!
And the argument was hilarious. Kind of going, oh my God! Again, it's like whoever wrote this knows air signs all too well. It was like, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. And they literally were arguing with the exact same thing. They were just rephrasing it.
Yeah, you do that.
But when I do that, I'm trying to make a point because
the whole thing is that the fact that in the Core Thieves, Lord Aiden Fafnir gets his ideas by, having them fed to him.
No.
Oh, no. What's up? Oh no, sound guy got closer again.
So, do we have any comments?
Not any from Liz at the moment.
Sound guy has now perpetrated my thing here, so I can't see anything what's going on.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, I mean, no, you can still see the screen here.
No, I know, but I don't know what's going on over there now.
Give me a moment.
So, looking at the list here, Annie, are you still here, Annie? Come along, Annie.
So did Liz not ever respond?
No, she hasn't.
No questions, no comments.
Selena, we can put you in the waiting room, but you will probably not be able to get a reading tonight. We have a few people already in there.
Yes, we can't close the application to do the update.
Yeah. So.
No, I see where he's going with this, but yeah, but maybe this can be updated after we're done with this.
Well, that's what I thought was going to be happening in the first place, because we need to.
Just keep talking for a minute. I'm just looking for something here.
So, Annie, you know what to do. Give us the things and the stuff. There are the things and the stuff. 42, General, both, Dragon. We just used your dragons, right?
Yes. So
Okay,
it's
so
up to time for you.
So then put your dragons somewhere
put them
else.
far away. I'll put them on my phone over here so we
Put
can't
them in not the vicinity of
use
mine.
it. 42?
42.
What was the question?
We're doing General.
Oh.
We're going to need you to move your arm in a sec, love.
Okay.
42. The answer to the question of
Life, the universe, and everything.
thank you. Yes.
Oh, here's a Liz comment. Expand my support system or Libra introspection as my emotional journey. You guys got the emotional journey right. You nailed the reading tonight. Thanks for making me feel better. You're welcome. Okay, are you ready for me to flip it?
No, because
It's still going.
I can't. Well, the thing is, I can't see anything over here. So,
There you go. You're okay.
All right.
There you go.
All right. So,
General
it is. We have the reverse hermit or Virgo. Now, Virgo's been coming up quite a bit tonight. Here's something we haven't had before. We have the Page of Wands or Sagittarius.
And that's the inverted nine.
And the inverted Knight of Swords. So let me flip these.
Baba Lawalo, I don't care how many profiles you have. Shut up. Go away. I'm blocking all of them. There's this one that's just, I'm like, I'm sure you have 5 million profiles. I will block them all.
All right. I've been doing a lot of talking. Why don't you start with this one? So I can take a water break right now.
The first and third were...
Yeah, first and third were reversed. That's why.
So we're done being the hermit. We are done with being the hermit, which, I mean, I can understand that. I'm hoping that your car situation is getting better in soon. But yes, not having transportation to do things, go places, see people. You would like to no longer be the hermit. I get you. I feel you. You did get out a little bit recently, at least, which was nice. Also, how's your energy doing? Because it looks like there might be a slightly new or perhaps branch off of a direction that you would like to be spending more of your time and energy, which makes sense to me. Oh no, sound guy, why are you laughing?
Because Babalawo has no ability to message them unless you friend them, and has a total of 3 followers.
Oh no.
Oh, Baba.
Okay, so Annie, at some point, you are going to have to stop standing in your own way. And you're going to really have to make the choice about that doorway. Are you appearing in front of it or disappearing? You're going to have to start moving in it, pick a direction and start moving, because you can't stay where you are. Where you are isn't tenable. But you know that. We tell you that pretty frequently. what can you start doing for yourself to make it easier for you to go through that doorway? What do you say, Father?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How, we tell her that frequently she's her own worst problem, and eventually she's going to have to make a decision about that doorway.
Well, absolutely. The whole point of, you stopped being the hermit, but the whole idea of here, the Page of Wands, is that, you still got more stuff to do. But remember that Sagittarius energy, in my opinion anyway, is the best of the 3 fire signs, because it may not be the prettiest, but it's like the Energizer Bunny Rabbit. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yep.
So it's meant for the long term, the long haul. So, and remember the fact of the 9 of Swords picture, even though it was upside down, is that you can go through that door. If you're waiting for the clouds to clear, they never will totally, but your face isn't in the clouds.
But also, I know you, Annie. Stop using the clouds being there as an excuse to not do the thing.
Any questions?
Annie, you're looking at 3 doors.
Oh my god.
One's really bad decisions. One's decisions that are best for you, and one's just unknown.
Oh my lord.
Get rid of one. Just pick one of the other 2. Come on.
This isn't your night, sound guy. You have one night a year. And this ain't it. So, after Annie, we've got Brandy. And Brandy, did you already send yours in a comment? I can't remember. I tried scrolling, but I could not find it.
I don't think she sent anything in. I think it's more of the
moving in 9
she
months.
wants one.
Is it positive? 20. No, we're not going to give you a filter. Don't worry. Would you like the dragons, the Dark Shadows deck, or the Red Sex deck? Welcome, Annie. And also,
So she wants Leo to Leo. I guess I'll stay out of it.
Well, she wants both of us too. So.
Well, you can start. Yeah. After all, since you're the lioness. She wants dragons. Okay. So here, take your dragons and move them to the other side. Now we will bring mine out.
There we go.
What's her number?
20.
20. You know what? I'm going to shuffle these one more time just to make sure. Because with Brandy, we want some nice clear energy.
I don't know why Tiptoe Through the Tulips just popped into my head.
Oh my God. That I'm not singing.
Tiptoe. Could you even anymore?
Not anymore. I could drop it an octave.
I was going to say, could you in the first place?
Oh, when I was younger, absolutely. I could do a good Tiny Tim back in the day, but now I'd have to falsetto it, and you don't want to hear my falsetto. It's gotten worse.
Quick, let's do a rousing rendition of Take On Me.
Take on me. That's enough of that for now. No, I can still have everything except that last note. And every now and then I can't hit that last high note.
Hey, S.A. Wover.
Nobody can.
Get out.
No, every now and then I can hit it. I didn't say well, but I can hit it. Sometimes I can't hit it at all. It just sounds terrible. But yes, unfortunately, I'm like Elton John. I'm losing my range as I get older.
Oh, Michelle, I love you.
Okay, Michelle. Next time we're on you, we'll sing it for you.
When we're all in Vermont.
When we're all in Vermont in a month.
Yay.
Yes.
So do all the trolls keep going for Liz Curry?
No, they've also really liked Brandy tonight.
Okay, because I'm seeing a theme here.
But anyway, I shall flip. And Lorena Mitchell, we can put you in the waiting room for tonight, but whether or not you will actually get a spot for tonight,
We will see.
We will see.
Yes, because well, I mean, who knows? Because
Apparently we're having Vermont sing along.
Brandy, come on to Vermont for the Ren Fair. I mean, yeah, we'll have a grand old time, and we could definitely do some karaoke.
Here, we'll do a commercial after you read it.
Absolutely.
Flip.
Okay, so we have the reverse Seven of Wands. We have the reverse King of Swords, or Libra. Yeah. Sorry. And we have, oh my God, the Page of Swords again, or Gemini. So we have all male energy, fire, air, and air. Turn these around
Well,
so you can
so
see
moving.
them.
So you want to know if the move's going to be positive? Well, yeah. The progression of where we're going to. We had the free dragon earlier with Angela. For your third space, you have the free dragon as well. So this is going to go positively for you. However, you have to grit your teeth and bear it until you can actually get to that point. Because the first two cards are just like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Lots of stuff to do.
There's lots of things to do.
Lots of things to do.
And not as many helpers as you would like.
And why do you want to move in the first place?
Hubby is a Gemini, apparently. 17 years worth of crap. Yeah, that's a lot to move.
Ossie's profile's already gone.
Oh, one of our trolls profiles is going, oh, darn.
Oh, sick family is why. Okay. Decent reason. Like, you need a decent reason to move, but.
So Michelle says yard sale.
Yeah.
So 17 years worth of crap. I mean, is this crap which actually you want to bring with you, or crap that you're going to basically try to get rid of or thin out or whatever?
I'm not entirely sure she knows all the answers because looking at the so is hubby being helpful with the move? And I'm not talking in necessarily just a lift things up and put them down way. Is
that's Planet Fitness.
Yeah. I mean, and that's part of moving. We need to do that part. But also,
True.
Is all the mental load on... Oh, no. Hoarder. So, like, all of the mental load is on you because he's not going to want to part with anything. That's unhelpful.
Well, you always put it in a storage locker and leave it up here and then move. Just a suggestion. Not a good one, by the way, but
oh Lord, it's a predicament.
Well,
to be sure.
Look at this way: you are going to have, being the Leo that you are going to have to basically really call out that energy. Now I know that with the way with our screwball camera tonight, you can't see the fine details in here, but we give you a little Star Wars reference. The Seven of Wands here, even though it's upside down, the way the dragon is here. He's got force lightning coming out of his talon.
But that doesn't mean he knows what to do with it.
That's true. But the idea is that you're going to have to basically call out all the stops here and use that energy. And hopefully you're using your powers for a good, Obi-Wan, as opposed to using it for something else. But it really kind of refers to having to really just kind of like be the forefront here. And if hubby's a hoarder, air sign Horber, happy birthday to him if he's the Gemini. But the idea is that you're going to have to maybe kind of like try to convince him that leave some of that stuff behind or gotten rid of or etc.
Yeah. Oh my Lord. Basically, you gotta. One of the traits that people typically don't like about Leos, that we all have, that can be an actual boon if you know how to use them correctly. You got to bring out that Leo stubbornness. You must out stubborn the Gemini.
Which you can definitely do.
It's not hard.
I was going to say, trying to out stubborn a Libra like me, that's a battle. Gemini, I think you know how to go around that one. Even if I got the hubby, you would know the weak spots anyway.
But yeah, it's one of those things where, unfortunately, sometimes compromises cannot be reached. And this might be one of those times. I know that we don't necessarily we don't like necessarily being fully obnoxious at our loved ones, but sometimes it's the right tool for the job.
Well, look at it this way. Also, appeal to the air sign's intellect.
He knows that this isn't great.
And the idea is that, okay, if there's something which he really wants to hang on to that you think should be gone, get him to basically justify it to you in words. Why is this pile of let me think. Why is this cassette holder here necessary, right?
Yeah.
That
or-
example, but
Well, no, it's not terrible. It's, it's like one of those kinds of, here's a charger for a phone that you haven't had for 7 years. Do we really still need,
yeah. Or in the case of like, some of the crap which I still have here. I still have all the records I collected when I was a kid. Am I ever actually physically going to play them again on a turntable, even though I have a turntable?
Oh, it's a kid hoarder.
Mm.
Oh, emotional damage and kids. Whee!
Throw out the Tamagotchi.
Yay.
I don't think I ever had a Tamagotchi in the first place.
Well, more reason to throw it out.
Well,
Anyway,
Brett, he won't let go. Again, here's the out stubborning portion. He's gonna.
or have to make all the arrangements to get that stuff moved himself.
Julia, are you still here?
Yes.
Pamela, are you still here?
Kate, are you here?
Or Villaggio?
Villaggio, I think, never showed up.
No, so we're just gonna meet.
All right, so we're getting down to those. Actually, I'm gonna do this. That way, we know that's as opposed to like give that person a reading.
No.
So we're calling the last few names on our actual pre-list, of which we already know because we're about to open up the wait list. So if there is a Villaggio, which we think not, if there
Probably
is
not.
a Kate Wilcox, we think not. If there is a Pamela Dyer, who was here at one point.
And
Right.
if Julia, if you are still here,
Because if any of you are still here, we will give you readings. If not, we are moving on to the wait list, and which Garrett is up first, and then Altair 3D is up second, and we have a few more after that. So,
Yep. And if not, we might just end early. Who knows? While we're waiting, shall we do some commercials?
absolutely, do a commercial.
So, I'm going to do a commercial for 3 fairs in one. Although, if you were not at the New Hampshire Ren Fair, this no longer applies to you. But if you were, the New Hampshire Ren Fair, the Vermont Ren Fair, and the Maine Ren Fair are all teaming up this year to do a Triple Crown sort of thing. If you go to all 3 fairs, show proof that you are part of the Triple Crown thing, you get a prize. We are hoping that this is going to be a thing for many years to come in the future. So if you are already at the New Hampshire Ren Fair, congratulations, you did the first fair. At the end of June is the Vermont Fair. You can come and do the second. And then in July, it's at the middle 2 weekends?
Last 2 weekends.
Last 2 weekends of July is the Maine Fair. And we were at the New Hampshire Fair. We will be at the Vermont Fair. We will be at the Maine Fair. If y'all want to see us in person, if you want to see one of us in person like a lot sooner, I will also be doing readings tomorrow at the Haven Goth Club, which is in East Hampton. We are being hosted out of the Abandoned Building Brewery in East Hampton. It is from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. if you would like to come. If you do come, do bring a mask and do bring your vaccination cards. They are checking. They are going way out of their way to make it safe for those of us that are immunocompromised to be out in public. And I'm very, very grateful for that.
And on top of that, we are going to be doing some classes this summer. Me personally, and the 2 of us together, as a matter of fact.
But
So-
first yours by
But
yourself.
yes, first mine. Starting next weekend, the first weekend of June, Saturday and Sunday, I am going to be doing a numerology class at the Omen in Salem, Mass. And on Sunday, I'm going to be doing a palmistry class at Her Wild Soul in Plastown, New Hampshire. And then I'll be repeating those in the month of July. And I'll be also doing a tarot class in August in Salem. On top of that is we are going to be, we are partly organizing and other things. We are helping Vermont to have a inaugural, we hope it's going to be an inaugural,
Yes.
Psychic Expo the first weekend of August in Champlain Valley Expo in Essex Junction, in that convention center. And we will not be doing readings because we're going to be doing classes all bloody day.
Yes, we are.
So
We're really moving up in the world.
yes. So between energy, palm, tarot, that would be us. We also will be having some classes on crystals. There will be some spirit mediumships going on,
There will we'll
galleries,
have a mentalist.
and we'll have a mentalist, not to mention the fact of about a dozen psychic readers, whole bunch of other things going on. And like I said, it's not just like regular psychic fair, it's a psychic expo. So there'll be plethora of vendors, food as well, and some entertainment. So it's going to be a real...
And didn't he say the Mead people were coming?
I believe he said the Mead people were
The
going to be there.
Mead people are coming.
So if you want to have any more information about my classes coming up there, how to register, etc., we threw up the website on the screen right now. Go to that website there. There's actually a whole page about my classes, our classes. So rather than me trying to like do all the stuff here, so that. And by the way,
Michelle is making special stuff for the psychic fair.
Excellent. And by the way, I'll throw that up there too. Little commercial for us. These readings are for free, but if you love watching us and love what you're getting, you can always throw us a few bucks, and that's how you do it with the PayPal me at fafnirandspon.com or /FafnirandSpon, whatever. It's on the screen. Just do what it says.
So nobody actually that is on the list or in the waiting room. Oh, Pam, you are there. Gosh. So when I say sound off in the comments, that's what that means. Cool. Garrett and Pam, you're both here. Yay.
Well, I think Garrett's definitely getting a reading, but we will do Pam first because she was first on the list. And whatever happened to Julia, by the way?
Don't know.
All right.
So Pam, if you could give us a number between 1 and 78, whether you would like the Dragon deck, the Dark Shadows deck, or the Sex deck, and which reader, and if you have a question.
So Pamela's also thing that says she can't see the expo info. Well, I'll put it this way.
We haven't put any of the expo info up on the screen, so that's probably why.
However, let me put this back up here. Our website, because if you go to our website, we have a page on the website which talks about our public events. The Psychic Expo is listed there. There also is a direct link that will get you to the actual website because the company that is running it is called Vermont Gatherings.
Yes.
So all the detail for that is it's on Vermont Gatherings website, not ours.
Absolutely. Okay. So 16 dragon and
whoever is drawn to her. Do you have a question, Pamela? She wants dragons. Your dragon deck is up, by the way.
Hold on a second.
Excuse me.
There are multiple people. M on YouTube. I'm not sure who you are. Oh, and here I'll put this up. Thank you, Michelle, for that. Very helpful.
Excellent.
See, Michelle's on the ball. Life in general for Pam here.
Alrighty. Dragons. Life in general. Oh, we got 3 cards we have not seen tonight.
Ooh.
For the dragon deck. Go ahead and flip it.
Flip.
Although, once again, a Virgo makes its ugly head.
Huh.
Page of coins.
Hello there.
I said, what's with Virgo signs tonight? I wonder.
Well, like I said, on Sunday, I had 9 Taurus on Sunday. I don't know if there was like... Right now, M, I'm asking if you are somebody that was already on the list, because if not, we can put you on the waiting list, but you are unlikely to get a spot this round.
Yeah, our wait list is rather long tonight, so. All right, so page of coins, the inverted 2 of swords, and the inverted 4 of coins. So another earth one. So we have earth, air, and earth. Virgo and a 2 and a 4. Life in general. Well, okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, is right. If we take the Virgo aspect out of this, unless you happen to be a Virgo, you have the dragon, which is basically flying away from the exploding volcano.
Just being like, oh crap, my house just
My
caught
house
fire.
just turned into Mount Vesuvius. Yes, and for all the great powers and prowess and wisdom that dragons have, even they can't do crap with volcanoes once they've gone. So what they do is just get away. Flying into the forest to waking up the creatures before.
She's Capricorn.
No, she's a Capricorn, Earth sign,
but
not the Virgo. But anyway, the dragon flying into the forest to wake up the creatures, going that this, because saying that when that thing really goes full bore, it is likely that everything in that forest is going to get wiped out.
Yep.
So he's trying to basically save as many lives as possible. Sometimes this actually really does refer to sheer panic, and fear, because the idea is that, oh my God, the spam has hit the can. We have our own, self-preservation scenarios. But other times it's the, you realize that there's more than just you. It's the whole concept of another metaphor is like, okay, you're in a burning building, apartment building, say, for example, you're on the first floor. Firefighters haven't shown up yet. It's easy for you to get out. But what about the kids that are screaming on the 4th floor who are trapped?
Mm-hmm.
What do? Do you just save yourself and let them perish potentially? Or do you go up there and try to save them? This dragon is actually trying to save, and the fact of getting kind of in harm's way, but basically trying to save it. And the idea is that there are broken eggshells at the bottom of the card here, which is this card's little metaphor, is saying that this dragon actually was successful in saving lives before the spam hit the can. So it just kind of refers to you having to deal with some very difficult decisions. And when things kind of blow up in your face, it's that whole concept of, I'm going to do it anyway. Pressure. Pressure changes everything. You squeeze people. Some people focus. Others fold. Can you summon your talent at will? Can you deliver on a deadline? And can you sleep with that? That's me being Al Pacino, by the way, from Devil's Advocate, for those who do not know that reference or quote. It's one of Red's favorites.
It is.
Got you through a lot of finals in college.
Yes. Because I'm one of those people that I refuse to break. I'm real spiteful about that shit.
But the idea is that this really does kind of say, what do you do when you're under pressure? Do you snap or do you focus? This card says that you focus. If it was reversed, it would say you would snap.
Yep.
Or more likely snap. This one basically says, all right, things stink. Okay, so let's figure out what's the best way of making lemonade out of this pile of lemons we were just thrown at.
And now we're trying to find that balance in the center.
That's the setup one, exactly. The 2 of swords here, and you're trying to find, because the idea is that the 2 swords, rather than the dragon basically taking one sword in each talon, he's using one talon to actually hold the scales of remind himself that he actually needs to have that balance. So it's balance within imbalance. One sword has a talon. The other sword has his tail wrapped around, because that's how he maintains the balance. So there's always ways of balancing, but within balance, there's always imbalance. That's just the way it is.
Yep. And you're coming up on a little bit more of the imbalance thing, because also I see your comment here where you're saying you're all about healing. So if you're in the middle of your healing process and you haven't actually finished yet, you're going to come up to a point in your healing process where everything goes to hell again. And that's because you're actually processing things as opposed to still being in that survivor mode. You're actually starting to process, which is confusing and unruly and wild, and all these fun things can happen. I say fun. I don't actually mean fun. But that's sort of basically what this dragon here is kind of going. Is this what's supposed to be happening? Yes.
Yeah, and maybe that one was upside down too. So it literally is a dragon kind of like lost in the woods. But in this case, it's like, okay, you've been dropped into territory unknown, and you're like, oh shit, now I gotta find my bearings again.
Yep. They keep moving the goalposts.
Yep.
It's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun. Yes, I totally get that you're good with that to get to where you want to be. It's just while you're in it, it's very hard to find your way through it. So when you have those moments where there's a little bit of the panic welling up inside, like, don't panic.
Frustration. But the thing is, this one is like, this is the focus more than anything else. This one really kind of refers to getting frustrated because you're like going, is this ever going to end?
Yep.
It's like, it's like, how many times do I have to go through this crap again?
How many years did you put it off? That's what I tell myself anyway. I put this off. For me personally, I put this off for 15 years. So that's 15 years of festering.
Yep.
So I made it so much worse than if I had just dealt with it.
So, because we used your deck on this one, right?
God, I hope so. Can't actually see that one move. There you go. There you go.
Not upside down. The 7 of Wands. As he would say, Shange would say, wards.
We don't have to listen to sound guy.
7 refers to the resolution number. You've heard of lucky number 7? That's, I kind of like, want to see where the endpoint was of this thing here. Kind of like, we have a resolution number. So ultimately, down the road, this is going to work out for you. But that's what we got. And I do believe these are yours.
Okay.
But I'm going to double check real quick. Well, I'm doing this. See if Julia is still here. If not, we will call Garrett up to the throne.
Yeah, Julia has not come back that I've seen, but Julia, if you are here, now is the time. If not, I'm pretty sure Garrett did his thingy-majiggy. I'll scroll back up for it. Whee!
Is that chainmail Garrett or is that a different Garrett?
No, that's chainmail Garrett. Wow,
Hey,
I like how that's just. It's the Mad Mailer himself.
Well, we have Dungeon Dan, we have Mask Dan,
Well, I don't know how many. I only have the one Garrett. How many Garretts do you have?
only one. But I didn't know if there might happen to be another Garrett that actually chimed in. I've been focusing on a couple of different things, so I mean, it is possible we could have had another
They're
Garrett
yours.
chime in.
So, Garrett will do the Dark Shadows deck this time, and both 50 general. I love you, Garrett. I'm the only me. Yes, you are.
Garrett!
Can you imagine if there were more of you, Garrett?
Okay, so what's Garrett doing?
He wants the Dark Shadows deck. 50.
Oh, 50.
Yes. He's not done the Dark Shadows deck before.
What's his question? Does he have
We're
one?
doing a general.
Ah.
But yes, he usually does the dragons, he says. So we're trying something different.
All right. Yeah, this is the one deck that has not seen the light of day tonight yet.
Well, that's interesting.
All upside down to boot.
Ready?
Sure.
There you go.
Ah. All right. So upside down, we have La Justice, otherwise known as Libra. We have La Lune, or the moon, otherwise known as Pisces, water, air. And then the upside down, Five of Cups. So turn them around so you can see the pictures, but all upside down.
Are we going through some phases, Garrett?
Not
Not that that's a bad thing,
That's one way of putting it,
but
yes.
it looks like the time of change is upon us. And he is an Aquarius.
This is the dawning of the... Never mind. Yeah, because that's not the so we have, yes.
No, it is currently not the age of Aquarius.
No, it's definitely not the age of Aquarius, or even the month of Aquarius for that matter.
So we have the balance. We are trying to do balance. Or you were. And now you're like, more change. Change, change, change.
Ah, change is good.
Change is change.
Means you're a baboon, and I'm not.
Yes, Rafiki. Yes, Rafiki.
Change is what you get when you pay for a candy bar with a $20 bill.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, would you like to say something?
I just did.
Would you like to say something better?
Something. Maybe sound guy would like to do this one.
God.
Sure.
So you're, yeah, definitely not. Yeah, going through the phases, the aspect, the thing is basically switching from the elements from air, your brain, to water, your heart. So whether you want to or not, because essentially is that, like me being Libra, you like to basically think things through first. Logic is your strong suit. Logic is where you start with. And for a good large percentage, I would say large percentage of what you go through, that is perfectly fine. And then you get switched over to the emotion stuff because every now and then you kind of like have to. And it's like hard dealing with emotions sometimes. Especially because the whole point of the moon, especially because, you know, everyone loves a full moon. But but the thing is, as Shakespeare, which play did that come from? Beware the moon, the inconstant moon. What's that from?
I'm pretty sure that's Romeo and Juliet.
Is it Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, because he swears to her via the balcony scene.
Yes, the old balcony. Romeo, Romeo,
I love
wherefore
you.
art thou, Romeo?
I love you so much. Yes, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon.
Yes, the moon always changes. So the idea of, all right, if you want to basically switch over to emotions, that's fine. But the thing is that if you're so used to being a logical person, you're not quite very good at how to use your emotions because you don't have a lot of experience in doing it. And therefore, sometimes you can fool yourself. And that's what the last card is, the Five of Cups. See, the thing is, in this specific deck, when you get into the suit cards like this one, you really kind of pay attention to symmetry because the cards are tricky. They look like they are symmetrical. Obviously, not necessarily up to down, but left to right. And if you look at this one, just from a cursory point of view, especially through our lousy camera here, and you could say to yourself, hey, that looks pretty symmetrical. And you know what? You'd be right for about 95% of that. But then you look at the fine details, you're going to go, oh, no. If this was actually black and white, it would even be symmetrical then. But the colors are the ones which are the dead giveaway. The leaves are different. The chalices, by the way, they are in fact the same.
All the leaves are brown.
Shut up. But they've got...
And the sky is gray.
Yeah, I think karaoke will be a good thing for you. You can you can do. We all can do Mamas and the Papas, I guess.
Right.
But the thing is, the edges also show shadows, so the sun is actually peering over, fine detail that you actually might miss, and then the leaves themselves, they're not quite symmetrical. The berry numbers don't match. The positions don't quite match. Again, it's close but not quite. The idea is of you're fooling yourself if you don't believe it. You're kidding yourself if you don't believe it. Okay.
Oh, you're allowed to do that?
Yes,
I wasn't
I'm allowed to do that. But the thing is, yes, I'm a Libra, goddammit. Therefore, I make my own rules.
It sticks, apparently.
My God.
Hey, you do the same thing when you use your sign as Leo, to
Yeah, but
credit so much of you what you offer.
Yeah, but I'm always right.
Excuse me. That's something in my throat. Sorry about that.
I was gonna say I'm not the one who made that noise, by the way. That was sound guy. Although I sent him at his.
But you have something in your throat too.
I'll just basically kind of call her and say, no, she's not always right all the time.
So do we have anything else to say to Garrett?
I'll put it this way. Using the emotion aspect is difficult. So, all right. Just be careful how you use it, because the idea is, again, I do not want you to fool yourself. 5 is for reevaluation.
Yes.
The emotional reevaluation. Honestly, if this was the Dragon Tarot, the picture there would be is the dragon swimming away from a shore, the distant shore where there's a storm coming to some other new ground. This basically kind of says that you're trying to break some new emotional ground, and if you're not careful, you might miss some of the finer details of what's actually going on, which could go back to haunt you later on.
Mm-hmm. Nice summary.
Any questions, Garrett?
So, Altair, Mary, or Lorena?
Lorena.
If either of the 3 of you are here, sound off in the comments. We will be closing it out for the evening.
Yep, we have. If any of yins are here who basically put yourselves on the wait list.
Hey Garrett, we love you. If you ever want to reach out just to chat, if you need friends, it's like we like you or something.
M-I-C. See you real soon. K-E-Y. Why? Because we like you. M-O-U-S-C.
You know that's not the version I know, though, right? And that's
the original version.
Yes, and you know what I learned as a kid? Would you like to know what the version I learned as a child, because I was raised at Ren fairs?
Yeah, we're good.
So we got the S&M money is the root of all evil. Double E, except for us. We're pros, we can handle it. B-L-O-G-G. Smee and Blog, we're unique. Smee and Blog, we're très chic. And I remember that to this day. Thank you.
Oh my God, I had forgotten that. I do miss Smee and Blog.
I miss them too.
They were a great Ren Fair act.
They were.
Yes, they were. I'm gone now.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's because Blog retired.
Didn't one of them die?
I think they're both still alive, but I know Blog retired a number of years ago.
Yes, and Smee was doing it for a little bit by himself, but then he also retired.
Right, I remember they retired. I thought one of them died in like the last year or two, like during the COVID thing.
If they did, I missed it.
I was going to say that's possible, but yeah,
I could be very wrong on that. If I am and you guys are listening, I am sorry.
So, Altair, Mary,
or Lorena.
Anybody.
If not, anybody in the comments. There's one spot left. Grab it.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're also not going to be super upset if we only do 9 of an evening.
Number 9. Number 9. It's 9:00 too. How about that?
It is. Look at that. Look at us and our timing. All right, Julie, we'll do you.
Hey, yes. I was going to say, someone who actually started off first. First come, first serve. That's what you always tell people.
So, Julie, pick which reader you would like to have. Let us know if you have a question or if we're doing something general. Whether you would like the Dragon deck, the Dark Shadows deck, or the Red Sex deck.
Melody Larson.
Oh, Melody.
Much.
Yeah, that much. This is always the fun part of tech.
That's funny. Now we have all those takers. Like.
So yep, Julie, just let us know in the comments which deck, which reader, number between 1 and 78, and if you have a question.
Love,
so
please.
Do a love.
The Love Boat. Okay.
Oh,
someone's still on 4G.
Good Lord.
Okay, so we'll go with the love deck. Julie. Is that Julie or Julia? I can't.
That's a Julie with an E.
Julie with an E. Okay.
Yeah, Julia never came back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Julia disappeared. So Julie. Okay, so we'll use the love deck. So do you have a specific question? And then what would be your number between 178?
Terry, um,
And we will wait.
we're waiting for the answers.
I know we have
There's always the
we
fun-
seem to have an extra long lag tonight. It seems
something. 23.
23.
Cool,
And
cool.
is there a question? Will I pull up the cards?
Do we have a troll?
No, that's from YouTube.
Oh,
The Facebook people can't see the YouTube people commenting, and vice versa.
Really?
Yes, we can only see it because we're in an outside thing where we get the comments coming into one feed for us specifically.
Interesting. So I thought everyone could see all the comments as opposed
No,
to.
if you're watching on Facebook, you only see the Facebook comments. If you're watching on YouTube, you only see the YouTube comments. We're special because we're running it. We get to see everything. Will John and I get back together? Says Julie. Shall I flip-de dip?
You got to see these cards.
Oh Lord! Ah! Well then.
I think
Look at that!
you're getting more than you asked for on this one.
Yeah, that's
All right, first we have the upside down 5 of chalices. Turn that around so you can see it. Then we have number 19, the sun, and then number 16, the tower. All right, so if you know anything about tarot, or if you don't, I'll just kind of say this. Remember, there's no such thing as a good card or a bad card. I say that because we have, first off, the most powerful fire card in the deck, which obviously is viewed, generally speaking, as a very positive one, followed by the one which is the stereotypical darkest card in the deck.
wait, that's the Emperor?
No, it's the tower.
Oh.
So that's why I kind of like, yeah, it's like there's always within context of certain things there.
That's a fun tower.
Remember, this is the sexual magic tarot, so it's very different from what you would normally see for.
Well, I thought it might actually be a building, but hey, what do I know?
Nope, it's very violent sex going on is what's going on in that one.
Woohoo!
So what we have here is a very interesting progression. And by the way, especially when I use this deck, because I'm really attuned to this deck, we don't sugarcoat this stuff here.
No, we don't.
And certainly no judgment, by the way.
Not at all.
Not at all. The 5 of chalices for reevaluation. Chalices is a water card, so it's all about emotion. If you look at the picture here, essentially this is a proposal. And again, if you were here, my discussion of this deck when we did this before earlier tonight, it's not about gender. It's about male and female energy, which is why the deck is drawn heterosexually. We all possess that male and female energy. So the thing is that you don't have to be the lady in all the cards. You could be the guy here and there.
Well, the question that I have that's more for like your pondering, Julie. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but just knock it around in your head there. That one feels like the breakup card to me because it looks like somebody took the mask off to show a more intimate version, more true version of themselves, and somebody went, "Oh gosh, oh no."
It was upside down, yes.
Mm-hmm. And someone went, "Oh gosh, oh no, put that mask on again right now."
Well, also the fact that the gentleman here is actually kneeling before her, but if you look at her face, she's not all smiles. She's very contemplative, as in she's not sure if she actually wants to say.
No, Julie, he's saying that in the cards you might not be the woman,
right? You
might be the man. That in the artwork you might not be what you are.
I mean, maybe
that made sense.
I mean, maybe she's interpreting that she's the lady, and maybe she's right. But
I just wanted to make that a little clear.
It doesn't, right? It just doesn't have to be that way. You can flip genders because it's all about the energy aspect. Now, I'll grant you in the sun card, because after all, it's an embrace. It doesn't really matter who's who.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that this is essentially a drawing of Michelangelo's famous statue of the Kiss.
Yes.
With a full blazing sun, a full cornucopia over here. This one, like I said, this one being inverted. It kind of said that card right there, the first card basically saying to you, are you sure about the question you're asking? Do you really want to get back together? And again, your answer is your answer. We're not trying to call you out and say you're making the wrong decision. No, not that at all.
But it seems to me like the cards are directing you towards a better option, perhaps. That's what it's looking like to me anyway.
Well, how I'm seeing this, and this is the progression that I'm seeing, is the fact of is that this is the question of, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doubly sure? Are you triply sure? If you're sure, okay, let's move forward. Because the idea of this is the next step. This is a beautiful card. Don't get me wrong. It's, and the idea of it's absolutely, you get back together and look at the fun, look at the kiss. This is awesome. And then it turns into this. And, if you are a person who really enjoys this kind of violent sex, and again, I'm not saying anything about it. Everyone has their own stuff there.
To me,
but again, but the thing is, it's a metaphor.
To me, it reads a little bit as the best of both worlds. Whereas you if you wanted to have the nice, gentle intimacy, that is an option. And if you wanted to have the violent intimacy, that's also an option.
Mm-hmm. But the man in the back here with the axe, that's basically about ready to plunge it in this poor guy's back here.
He doesn't seem super happy about it.
Exactly. So the thing is that this is said that there's still some unanswered things going on here. The idea is that if you actually get back together, be aware that you're going to have to at some point, the payment will become due.
Because also really think about why it ended in the first place.
Exactly.
And is that reconcilable? There we go. Or not.
Thank you. Right. The whole point is that the issues which caused the first breakup are gonna resurrect themselves. They're gonna come back, which may lead you to essentially do the exact same thing. You come together, you fall apart again. Unless they can be actually resolved in a way which makes you guys actually grow and then stay together.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm only interpreting this the fact of I look at this card because again, if you enjoy this kind of a thing here, great, no problem. If you don't, because that's essentially what you're in for. Someone actually, for the first time that I use this card, someone actually says, "What is he doing? Is he raping her?" That's actually one of the interpretations. Now, this deck is actually very good with facial expressions.
You very purposefully can't.
Very purposely. But the thing is, but on purpose, by the way, and this is intentional. You cannot see her face.
Because
therefore,
that could be some CNC,
right?
If you were into it,
she may be enjoying this, or the thing is, or maybe she may be deliberately allowing him to take full control because that's what she wants right now. Again,
and no, I will not define CNC. Anybody that does not know the definition, we'll Google it. Let's just not.
We'll just move forward for that one. But even if this is a emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, and you're okay with both aspects of this, no big deal. It's more of you still have the elephant in the room.
Yes.
And that's going to have to be addressed at some point. Now, if it turns out, by the way, that physically this kind of like you're not into this at all, and again, like I said, no judgment, then just be forewarned that ultimately this is another sign that you getting back together with this person ultimately may not be the best thing.
Yeah. If you think that whatever led to the first breakup is fixable, give it another chance. But the cards really, really are asking, are you sure?
Are you sure? Yeah, the first one, it's the first card, which is the key card.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? Think about it. You don't, and this is actually one of the times where I say to people, don't think about this with your heart. Think about this with your head. Why do you want to get back with this person?
Think about it with both, actually. Because
okay, so that's the Libra in me talking right now.
You definitely need to be both on that one, because it's one of those things where the head is going to ask the question, the heart is going to have the answer, and then the head's going to basically be like, okay, here's different directions we can go, because it's one of those, well, why do you want to get it back together? Because I love him. And that's when your brain can go, but didn't he do blah blah blah? And that's when the heart has to kind of, oh, Yeah, he did that, didn't he? You know. So it's okay to not be sure, but don't make any kind of rash decisions on this. Take some time and
Think it through.
think. Lots of thinking.
And that will do it.
We did it.
We did it.
We're all done with May.
Yay. Yeah, May's actually almost over anyway.
Yeah, so we normally do these in the middle of the month, but this month and next month we will be doing them at the end.
Oh, one thing we forgot about our little commercial. On the longest day of the year, Wednesday, June 21st, the two of us,
Hammond Castle.
we will be at, well, and three other readers, we will be at Hammond Castle in Gloucester, Mass, doing a whole night of readings. Come and see an enchanted, haunted castle.
It's gorgeous.
It really
It's
is
so
gorgeous.
pretty.
If you are in New England, it's a site that at some point you should go see.
They are letting you book in advance. So basically, you go through the Hammond Castle website to book with us. So,
Yep,
if that is what you're interested in,
they're just actually starting to put all that stuff up there. So
it'll be there soon.
on our website there is a link to Hammond Castle's event, and yes, you can book in advance, or you can just be a walk-in, and hopefully we have space for you. So,
yes, but if you would like to make sure that you can guarantee yourself a reading, we do advise pre-booking always.
absolutely.
So,
And there it is.
we will see you in June.
So thank you guys for hanging with us again and watching us. We've been doing this now almost 3 years. Actually, I think it really has been.
3
It's
years.
been 3 years.
This is our anniversary.
Yeah, because we started this during COVID, and we are still here because
You guys like us.
You guys are watching us. You know, if you guys weren't watching, we wouldn't be doing this. So we wish you a happy, safe Memorial weekend if you are going anywhere, or even if you're not going anywhere. Enjoy the weekend. At least up here in New England, we're supposed to have some really nice weather.
And if you guys want to come see me tomorrow, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. at the Abandoned Building Brewery in East Hampton.
Is it
Mass.
tomorrow? Friday night?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
It is from 10 to 2.
Oh, I thought it was Saturday night.
Nope. It is Friday night from 10 to 2. So
never-
it's technically partially Saturday.
Never mind.
So, but yes.
And on that note, merry meet,
and
merry
merry part,
part, and merry meet again.